on this phone, I have two apps that are going to be on One UI 7, and on this phone, I don't. Let's compare them to find out what the differences are. Welcome back to SamMobile TV. You're here with Daniel. The internet's a funny place. It's a place where you can go and get a lot of things. And unfortunately for Samsung, you can now get two new apps that are going to be on One UI 7, or at least the new versions of these apps. We're talking about the clock and Samsung Internet. We've got them both here at SamMobile, and I've put them on my Galaxy S23 Ultra, and it's time to compare them to what's changed with One UI 6.1, which is on my S24 Ultra. Let's start with the clock. The clock is one of Samsung's best apps. It's comprehensive in its approach to alarms, stopwatches, timers, and world clocks. It's got everything you need all in one place. The first thing you notice with the clock straight away is the icon has changed. It's still a clock and still recognizable, but it's definitely got a vastly different color scheme and appeal about it, which is kind of, I guess, foreshadowing what One UI 7 is going to look like from a color aesthetic point of view. It's got an orange hand and a black hand for the hours and an orange one for the minutes, compared to the same color hand on the One UI 6 version of the clock and the previous versions before it. Still shows the current time, which I thought was quite cool, but the icon's very different. Got a very different aesthetic. But that's about where the differences kind of stop. When we dive into the app, the interface is basically the same, short of there being a slightly different font for the top half where it says all alarms are off or alarms are on. And then the bottom half where the tabs are, you'll notice there's icons now above the word to try and help showcase it a bit better. But short of that, that's about it. We probably can't expect much more at this level or this early in the One UI 7 life cycle because the beta's not even out yet. These are apps that have been leaked online, unfortunately, for Samsung. But all the tabs, so start with the alarm tab, looks the same. You go into an alarm, it's the same. There's no differences. The world clock, again, the same. Stopwatch, the same. Everything side by side is marrying up to be exactly the same as it was before. The timer tab, whilst it looks on the surface the same, there's one small change that we noticed. When you start a timer and you exit out of the timer, what you notice is that the pill that sort of condenses down onto your home screen is different on the two. On the S24 Ultra with One UI 6.1, you'll notice it's sort of very, very small and it's got the same color as the clock as the backdrop and the time just sort of shows. That's it. On One UI 7, the clock app is showing a bit of a bigger sort of pill and you can see a pause button there. And it's white instead of the color of the clock app. And they behave differently when you click on them. On One UI 6.1, if you click on it, it just brings up an expanded version where you can pause and stop and etc. On One UI 7, it just takes you back to the clock app to where the timer is being counted down. I'm more thinking about the pill with the timer is you can actually drag it and close it in One UI 7, whereas you can't drag it and close it anyway in One UI 6.1. Just another small difference I thought I'd highlight. That's it. They're the differences. All through the settings between the both apps are the same. The version number's slightly different, but outside of that and the other two differences we noticed, the clock app is as is at the moment for One UI 7. Obviously, we'll know more as the beta drops and as beta versions get updated, but as of now, that's what's different. Moving on to Samsung Internet. Samsung Internet, again, the first thing you'll notice is a new icon. Not as drastically overhauled as the clock app, but what you do notice is that the color is a little bit different. There's almost like a gradient with the new version of One UI 7's Internet app with different shades of blue, sort of gradient to, that's not a word, through the icon. And the ring is facing the opposite side, the thing that loops around the planet that the Internet icon displays. Outside of that, that's it. Once you dive into the app, everything is as is. The version number is slightly different, still the same starting version number with just the point numbers being a bit different, because when you go through all the menu and all the settings, it's the same. Whether that be useful features, same. Whether that be labs features, same. Whether that be the little menu or the tab style, same. There is nothing fundamentally different about Samsung Internet outside of the icons and the slightly different version number. But Samsung Internet is such a feature-rich app already, maybe it doesn't need much more, but we'll see what's to come when the official beta drops. If you want to check out these apps for yourself, there's links in the articles in the description below, so check them out. Also subscribe to SamMobile TV, because we will be the place to be for any One UI 7 news as it happens. Till then, we'll see you next time. Thanks.